So you're fasting and you notice that you are gaining weight. Here are a few things that could be happening, that could be contributing to that, and how you can help it. Now, you could be gaining weight because you are not eating enough. I know. How is that possible? Remember, your body is not stupid. Your body is not it's not a math problem. Your body, it's not 1 + 1 = 2. If you are not eating enough to sustain your body, then your body is going to hold on to the food, hold on to the fat, because it's going to be protecting you. So you need to ensure that when you are eating, you are nourishing your body with good foods so that your body can know that, okay, you're not starving, I'm getting food, everything is good. Because if your body thinks that you're not giving it enough food, it is going to hold on to that fat. When I break my fast, I break my fast with two things. I either break my fast with my overnight oats, which is just oats with some flaxseed, some cinnamon. So I just make my overnight oats, and you can make overnight oats however you want. Remember, it's about what you like. Mine, my overnight oats consists of flaxseed. I have some granola, cinnamon, allspice, vanilla, and I'm good with that. If if the oats is boiled, I don't want it, but for some reason I like overnight oats, so I eat that. Or I will scramble some eggs. I always try to have like some lettuce and carrots already prepped, so I'll just take a handful of that, put that in my scrambled eggs, throw it on a wrap, I'm good. So you could be gaining weight because you're eating too much of the bad stuff, too much high calorie, sugary food. Remember, with fasting, it gives you the opportunity to be very honest with yourself in terms of your food intake, and you want to ensure that you are eating foods that is going to fuel your body. So that's the reason in my brain, I take I'm fasting or I am feasting, and I am feasting and I'm nourishing my body with good foods. Now, we're not always going to be eating just vegetable or salad or all of that, but you want to ensure that you are mindful of your sugar intake. If you're having like a soda, instead of drinking the entire bottle, just have a cup. You have to be honest with yourself if you really want to take this weight off. So with fasting, it forces you to be honest with yourself about your food intake. I want this to be sustainable forever. This is a lifestyle, and I know that I'm going to want some soda. However, I'm also going to ensure that instead of having a bottle of soda, I just have a cup. At the end of the day, if you're spiking your insulin with all of these high calorie, sugary stuff, then what you're doing is not experiencing the benefits of fasting as you should. And why are we going through this process of fasting for weight loss if we're not going to be honest with ourselves and try our best to eat better for the process to work? In my head, I do the 80-20 rule when it comes to eating. I try to eat as best as I can 80% of the time, and then I have my 20% to play around with. But sometimes I put that 20% down to 10% because I want to be able to, one, experience all of the benefits of fasting. And I also know that with fasting, this is something that is a lifestyle. So I am ensuring that whatever changes I'm incorporating it slowly. And then I ensure that if I want pizza, if I want a burger, I need to ensure that I'm not having these things too often, but I am being very, very mindful of what I eat, because I want to ensure that I am not derailing my plans of me taking off this weight by giving into these cravings. One of the reasons that you could also be gaining weight is you are not having enough protein when in your eating window. So remember, protein is really good for your body. It fills you up and it keeps you full, and that's what you want. You don't want to be spiking your insulin with too much processed foods or too much sugary snacks. Because remember, when we are fasting, we are working on changing our relationship with food. So we want to be sure that we are eating stuff that is going to keep us full for longer, that's going to help us sustain for that period that we're eating. And then you will now feel better during your fast, and that will help you get you to the next stage of your day. If you're not eating enough, if you are not eating enough of the good stuff, then when you are fasting, you find yourself being more hungry when you're fasting, and that is also going to make fasting harder and make you probably want to throw in the towel. Now, when you are fasting, you just want to ensure that you are eating enough, you are eating enough protein, and you're not having a lot of the processed sugary food. I shoot for an 80-20 rule in terms of my eating, and I really recommend that you have a meal plan. Even if you are just planning 2 meals of the day or 2 of your meal, you need to ensure that you are doing what you need to do to maximize your fast. I love to snack. I really love to snack. I love me some chips. I don't know what it is. I just love to snack. But because I know that I can't be snacking all the time, I create a plan around how I'm going to snack. I know it might sound weird. My starting weight was 290 pounds. And at the end of all of this, I'm going to be like 100. I'm going to lose 100 pounds. So I have to ensure that I implement stuff that is sustainable, because one, I'm just fasting for weight loss and I'm enjoying my life. It is more important to me that I'm changing my relationship with food and that I'm also eating better, because my whole thing with this fasting lifestyle is I don't want my emotional eating. I don't want something to happen and then I'm back to my binge eating ways. I want to change my relationship with food so that this is something that I can sustain for the rest of my life. So I'm being very hard on myself, but I'm also being very kind with myself. So I want you to keep those things in mind. Remember, Gin Stephens says, fasting is the health plan with the side effect of weight loss. And I want you to keep that at the back of your mind when you are on this fasting journey, because this is not something that you are going to not do. I see myself fasting for the rest of my life, really, and it may not be every other day as I'm doing now, but I am sure, because of the science, I know that I am going to consistently be fasting, because I understand how I need to get my insulin down so that my body can burn fat. And that's the thing that I want you to think of when you are fasting. Don't get discouraged if you see you have gained a little weight. Just continue with the process. Remember, you are changing your way of eating, you're changing your way of doing things, and you want to give yourself grace, and you want to also give yourself time Again, the body is not stupid. It's not going to, if you are not eating enough, if you are not giving it what it needs, it's going to be like, okay, you may be starving, so I need to protect myself. So you want to help your body to help you burn fat so that you can take off this weight. Now, again, if you have any other questions, you can just leave them below, and I will talk to you in the next one.